What's up, Dragon Brood? Today, we may have lost our minds a little bit. So this is going to be a deck that gets to play so many of the fun cards that we've wanted to put together. This is just one of those things like going through cards, finding things you really want to utilize that you haven't been able to play. Some new cards come out and you're like, man, this might be the missing piece. And kind of starts coming together a little bit. So I'm going to be pretty excited to see what happens and where this goes, but I'm pretty jacked up about it. Should be a whole lot of fun. I think y'all are really going to enjoy this one. Partly also because it's Gruul, but it's not Gruul Smash. Well, at least not till like turn 10 or something, which isn't traditional Gruul. So if you want Gruul, you want something different, you want to play a largely non-creature deck, it's a thing, but you win with... I don't know. There's a lot to explain. You know what? Let's just get into it. Okay, so we're going to have a lot of things going on with this build, and none of them are difficult. The thing is, though, there's going to be a lot to keep track of during your games, and a lot of future math, as I call it, because you're going to have to plot for the next turn or two how stuff's going to happen. So keep that in mind when you're watching the games. But anyway, starting at the top, we have Royal Eruption, mostly because we wanted some early removal, but also wanted to be able to have some flexibility. This can be a bit of a finisher because we're going to have a lot of lands coming into play. So we're going to give this a shot and see how good it is. One of the few kicker cards we'll actually get to play with. Then we have Druid class. This is one of the new ones. When you play a land, comes into play, you gain a life. You can level it up. You can play an extra land every turn, and then you level up again. You turn a land into a creature that says this creature's power and toughness equal to a number of lands you control. Awesome. We're going to have a bunch of lands, so many times we're going to be attacking with 9+ creatures, probably even a 13. So, good stuff there. Lotus Cobra, again, just trying to ramp up our mana. Florahedron. Florahedron plays a double role here because it's both a creature and a land, and more often than not, we're going to be playing it as a land than a creature. Valakut Exploration. One of the reasons we want more lands than creatures. This is going to, in some ways, be our finisher, but it kind of keeps our train going, right? Finding the next answer that we may need. Then we have Kazandu Mammoth. This is about 50-50. I should say it's probably about 60-40, land versus creature. But sometimes you're going to play at a creature just to be a finisher because turning this into a 7-7 or a 9-9 is going to be good enough. Rolling Regrowth puts 2 lands into play at a time, which is awesome because we have a bunch of landfall trigger stuff, so that helps that. Then Scute Swarm. I know people have a love-hate relationship with this card. I generally could care less about it. I think it's a fine card. It's not as insane as people think it is. However, in a deck where you can put a whole bunch of lands into play, well, sometimes you can get an active Scute Swarm on like turn 4, maybe? No, probably still takes 5. But anyway, get you moving forward to where you're just getting a whole bunch of tokens, which is great against stuff like mono green because you can just gum up the ground and then start finishing them off with your other cards. Ancient Green Warden, we're playing one of, just because it doubles up all of our effects. So we'll see. I don't know if it lasts or not. I know people love this card, so it's making the cut. Then we're playing one Verdant Mastery. Again, because we can get so much mana, we can get to 6. This gives us 4 lands, and then we just get to start going off with all the triggers. You know, if you have like a Druid class out there, 1 or 2 of those that are up, you can almost empty your hand again, get all the triggers. If you have a Valakut Exploration or a Kazandu Mammoth or whatever, like all of it just piles up. Speaking of which, we have a Phylath. Phylath gets come into play, turns, doesn't turn anything, but he makes tokens. And then as we start putting the extra lands, make those tokens bigger. So obviously all this fits in the same game plan. And then because we're getting all that land, we get to play Waking the Trolls, which is another card that we've only had in 1 or 2 lists on the channel here. But this is being played in almost a pretty fair manner, truthfully, which is weird to say that about this card. But because we're ramping up and we're putting lands into play, Waking the Trolls usually is going to get us somewhere between 3 and 6 trolls when it triggers, so that's pretty awesome. And then we have Shatterskull Smashing, just again because we get mana, take out a couple of creatures or planeswalkers, and just kind of buy us time to do what we need to do. Now, as for regular lands, we have 7 mountains, 6 forests, 4 Lair of the Hydra, 4 Crag Crown Pathway. And I know people are looking at this price now, it doesn't look like a lot of mana, right? We have 8 lands, or 8 non-basics, we have 13 basics, so that's 21. 2 Shatterskull Smashing is 23. But then you scroll up and it's like, okay, we have 4 Kazandu Mammoths, so we have 3 Florahedrons. We also have 2 Cobras. We also have ways to search for lands. So it's mostly fine. Like, I wouldn't worry about it too much. It looks light, but we're going to hit our lands. I promise you. As always, remember to watch to the end of the video because we're going to play some crazy games, I'm sure. But we do a follow-up on ways we would update this after we've played a bunch of games. And then we'll have a card spotlight for you. Mulligan that. This isn't necessarily better, but it's at least more interesting. Boy. Wow. Do we get rid of this? Okay. I don't know if that's right, but there it goes. Oh, opponent. Let's go. Come on. I think this is the toughest part about streaming is when you have slow opponents. Alright. Well, I'm not really going to have anything for you to kill because I'm just running out of Druid class, opponent. So I think what I'm going to do is level up Druid class, then play another land. Oh, well, that's kind of nice too. Was not anticipating that being a thing. I think I'm just going to play this tapped. I don't know what the opponent's doing, but it's probably some control-y thing. So our one creature is not going to live there, I wouldn't assume. Oh, weird. So they did nothing and then kept the hand that had Showdown of the Scalds, but it's Rakdos Aggro? Alright. Consider the fact that I have no idea what's going on right now. We'll play this. Level this. Oh, I gotta level the other one. Alright, and I'm actually not going to play my land here, so I get more triggers off of the Valakut exploration. I could have played Valakut there instead and then level next turn, but I'm going to go with this order and see if it works. Alright. Good news for us is we did manage to get to 24 life. Hunt for specimens. Sure. Okay. So, let's go ahead and lead with this, since this was all part of the plan. Oh, no. Why did we have to draw that here? Damn it. Ah, boy. There's no way that's going to live if we play it now. That sucks. Literally, like, opponent has 6 cards, and they didn't play anything to open the game. Like, there's no way. There's no way. I'm just going to kill this. Take my 3. I'll just have to find another Scoot Swarm. Alright. I wanted to do something else, but I just can't. I really can't. I wanted to. I wanted to play the Scoot Swarm, but we at least get a point of damage in there. Alright. Dragon's going to hit us hard. So we're going to take, what, 4, 5, 6, 7 here? Guess that's the only benefit. If I'd have played the Scoot Swarm, there's less likelihood they play the dragon here. Alright. What do we got? Anything good? Though I guess we could have been rewarded by playing our Waking the Trolls last turn. But I failed. Come on, deck. Yeah, we're not in good position here at all. Alright, let's see what this finds. Oh, man. Just another druid class. Dang. As much as I want the life gain, I just don't think that's enough. I think we're just dead anyway in 2 turns. We'd have to have one of those really ridiculously big turns here for us to not die. I don't think it's going to happen. Alright, that actually doesn't hurt that much. I was assuming there's going to be another dragon of some kind. I feel like the opponent's letting us off the hook a little bit here. Oh, they can cast that this turn, though. Why are you casting they should just attack and cast the mascot exhibition. What are they doing? I mean, that would have probably killed us. Now, I mean, we're probably still dead anyway. But this leaves us at least a fighting chance, which we shouldn't even have that. Yep, do your thing, opponent. Alright, this is it. We need to draw something great off of this, Okay, that's not what I would call great. Nor is that, but it's life, and it's cards, so... Scoot Swarm. Alright. Play a land. We're out of lands we can play. That's unfortunate. We can pay 5. And I say turn a forest into a thing. We'll assume the Scoot Swarms are dead here. When this goes off, how many trolls do we get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Assume they play one next turn is 7. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. Because we're going to probably have one die. Okay. So we'll get... I'm going to assume... Why did you tap that way, Arena? Gosh dang it. Now I'm going to have to activate one of my Lair of the Hydras. Okay. Alright, let's see what's up. So currently I will likely get 3 trolls. We did get back to 19 though, so we can survive a big attack here. Yeah, no concern about that dying. We knew that was going to happen. We just kind of had to force the opponent to do it. Now it's a matter of do both Scoot Swarms die. Kalane does not kill them. That's good news. Opponent's going to play their mascot exhibition here. Yep. Attack with all your things, opponent. Yeah, I was going to say, like, what are you doing? No blocks. Alright. Troll up. Troll gets us 3 here, right? We did find a land. That's good news. That's also good news. That kind of slows the pain train a little bit here. Though we do have tons of creatures here now to block with. So I say we do activate on a mountain. And we're going to go ahead and attack for 12, because why not? And I don't think 1 point is going to be better than having an extra point of attacker or blocker there. And we can turn a Lair of the Hydra into a 1/1 if necessary. Oh, that could hurt. That could hurt.
You really want to fight me?
Yeah, that could be a real problem.
I never thought I'd miss the library.
All right, we need to find something that makes us at least 2 lands this turn. If we could get 2 lands into play, we could make enough Scoot Swarms that we could attack with a bunch of the ones that are into play and possibly live. I think that's our working plan. Oh, opponent scooped. We get to go first. Yeah, we keep this. Not much reason to turn this away. I'm just trying to decide what I open with here. If I go for Scoot Swarm or... I think I go Druid class first. Because we don't really have a ton of lands. Hey Nigel, thanks for liking the stream. Also with the opponent playing black. Oh, we did find some lands though. Okay, we'll take the hit. I think here we're gonna go ahead and do this. Does that open things a little? And then probably level this up. I'm trying to think what I could do here. We could play a land. Huh. Okay, that helps things. Alright, so let's say we were to play Cobra. Play a land, tap, that doesn't do it. Alright, so let's go ahead and level. We'll put this in tapped. I'm going to assume we're not going to use that. Go ahead and put it in tapped, I guess. Give us more land. Okay. So then we can go ahead and Waking the Trolls, and then we can set up big Scoot Swarm turn, possibly. Okay. Oh, that's good too, though. We can just turn off their black mana, though, so we're going to do that. Sucks to lose that other Druid class, but I think it's worth it. Alright. Hey, welcome back to your second stream in a row. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so this is where we're going to start getting a lot of options. So, tons of things are about to happen here. We can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, so if we play Cobra first, Scoot Swarm, play this, which draws us a card, which is something we can't do anything with. I guess we get green. So we could level and then play another land and then play this. Oh, we already did level. So I guess we just play this. Maybe. Put this in tapped because it generates a mana anyway. And then that lets us level. Level the new one. Yep, that was about to be it. Technically, we have 3 lands here, so I'm going to keep. Why all the blue decks, opponents? People just don't like fun. Alright, well, play a land and foretell something. I don't know, maybe they're playing Jiraiya's Disruption. That could also be bad, I guess. Alright, we'll try here. Yep, negate. Alright, fair enough. I don't think we had a winning play there, because I think if we didn't do that, they would have just hit a Cobra with actual damage spells. Alright, well, I guess we see how many negates they have. Alright, 1 was the answer. We're going to have to try to just nick them down slowly, I think, is our only real plan here. I say good news is there's still at least 2 more lands away from attacking us with the Faceless Haven, so we don't have to worry about that. There is a Magda, however. That is a thing. Ah, not what we wanted to see. Well, safe to assume Cobra's dead to whatever. We may even be staring at a dragon next turn. Why did we draw a Phylath here? I mean, I guess we could Cobra. I mean, we could Scoot Swarm into a token to force them to kind of do something else. Block a Magda, maybe. Alright. This isn't a lot better, mind you. I'm just kind of scraping by, trying to buy time here. And I have a feeling whatever we play likely isn't going to live very long. Or even hit the table, for that matter. Man, just drawing all these 6-mana things in our opener is not good. Need help. Need help badly. Alright, they're foretelling some stuff. Not killing our Scoot Swarm here, though. Wonder why that is. I guess they're just saying if they kill Scoot Swarm, are they leaving mana open for something else? I think is the plan. Which they might just Magda here and still be able to counter something. Nope, they didn't want to. Well, we failed to draw land or anything relevant, so that's pretty sad for us. Please don't have a Crush the Week. I'm just going to gamble. If they have a Crush the Week, we're dead. I mean, they just get our whole board, and we got nothing. I mean, because even here, we're just like, hope to draw land, get the mana, activate, trigger a Scoot Swarm. Like, I don't even know. They can go Dragon almost into extra turns here. Yep. Understandable. Alright. We're going to hope to draw land and pray that that's just a Epiphany. But even then, Epiphany's still kind of dangerous for us. We get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. Playing a Phylath doesn't really do much. We just get 1 token because it's for each basic land. So I guess we do it. Try to Waking the Trolls. Because if it's just a counter, that's better for us than it being a Epiphany. Unless they have an Epiphany in hand. Which they very well might. Okay, there's the Saw It Coming. Okay. They do have enough to attack with their Faceless Haven now, too. Yep, there's the Epiphany. That's what we were afraid of. Yep. So we go to 12. Extra turn cards are so bad. Just play another Epiphany so we can move to the next game, opponent. Emerald's bad, but not as bad. Interesting. Only with the dragon. Wonder why that is. I mean, this doesn't help us at all. Yeah. I think we're still just dead. Unless we draw exactly... What can we draw here? I guess the... Big Guardian? Yeah, alright. Yeah, that's not going to do it. Alright, we're dead. Ugh, that sucked. Alright, we'll keep this. See where this goes. Alright. Slow the opponent down a little bit. Here comes a wolf. No, a cobra. Was not expecting to see an opposing cobra. Well, let's see what happens. We would like for our cobra to live 2 turns. I don't know if that's going to happen. Wolf. Alright. That at least makes that somewhat of a possibility. Do we mammoth here? I think we mammoth to protect our cobra. Is really what we're doing. So if they have a fight spell or something, it's probably going to go after the mammoth. And then we can play a land and take out one of their forests, and that's probably going to do it. Oh, no. Oh, no. Opponent went the other way. Opponent wants to trade? All right, I'll take that, I guess. I mean, that seems more than all right by me. Shoot. That's a great trade. I mean, we could have gotten to a weird racing situation, but I was willing to gamble. And by killing it, and they're stuck on land, it means they can't really find any pump spells or anything and get out of trouble. Alright, well, step 1. Alright. Man, we're going to get to Verdant Mastery and get a lot of trolls. We can just pay the full cost and then get a bunch of tokens. Or actually, do we just get a lot of tokens first? Because we'd still get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nah. Can we die here? 3, 4, 5, 6. This is going to be terrible if we die here. I'm trying to think like how that could happen. I don't think so, though. They only have 7. They'd have to find 5 more points. They could find 6, but that would tap their mana. They could play a land and have 2 more mana. 7, 8. So we'd be at 4. Yeah, alright. You get us, opponent. Actually, no. I should just do this and just play it safe. There's really no reason to do anything else when we're going to get 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. Even if they play 1, we get 4 trolls. Yeah, let's do this. It just doesn't make sense not to. And then whatever ones are left, we just Verdant Mastery and attack with a big pile. Yeah. I mean, it's a hand that's kind of deceiving, because it's a lot of mana. We'll keep it. Would like it way more if we were on the play, but we are definitely not, so let's go. foretell something. This feels like they're either going to try to foretell or play a Jawari's Disruption. When they wait this long, that's sort of what that feels like. Or maybe they have like a foretell and a negate or something. I mean, either way, we're just going to try to force through a Cobra, so I'm not that concerned here. I mean, if they Jawari's Disruption a Cobra, they get it, you know. Good on them. Scoot Swarm for late game's not bad. See? Told you. Now they're going to foretell something. And we'll probably just play Mammoth. Mostly because this is a thing that's at least forces the opponent to play some cards. Good news is, if that's a Doomscar, it pretty much does nothing right now. Let's go ahead and play this tapped. And attack. Because we're not going to dedicate a lot of extra stuff to the board here. We're just going to take our time. Oh, it's not a counter. Guess they're going to... And they're not drawing cards. Whoa. What is that? Maybe it is a Doomscar. Portable hole? Sure. You get a Cobra. Don't hate that at all. Okay, so we can attack for 5, 6, 7, 8 if we want to. Or we can try to set up either or, Waking the Troll. Actually, you know what? If they don't have counters, I'm going to try to set up Waking the Trolls next turn. I think that's going to be the plan, so let's not get too greedy here. Just activate this for 2. Yep. Attack for 7. And that's still effectively lethal. I mean, this one Mammoth is enough. I mean, they got to do something to it. And that's if we don't draw like a Roiling Regrowth or something. Really? Why is that the play of choice? What are you gonna do from the foretell situation? Okay. All right. What did they have? It has to be a Doomscar and something, right? Oh boy. Yeah, we keep this. So we got 2 Lair of the Hydras, but that's fine. We'll roll those out. Probably go with Druid class here on 2. Okay. Then next turn, probably level up. Unless I get something to kill that, which I didn't. So let's play this. Let's level. Play this. Okay, we're taking a little bit of a beating here. But we've gained some life, so taking some hits don't hurt. Them getting 2 cards is going to be very disappointing, but not a lot we can do about it. So we can't get to 6 lands and still play Scoot Swarm. I mean, we could. 1, 2, 3. Nah, we wouldn't be able to. All right, so let's do this. Play a land level. They will get a card. Get 2 cards on their turn. Level the new one. Okay, so next turn we can get a crap ton of life because we can regrowth. What we're really hoping to do is draw a land so we can Scoot Swarm and then regrowth. And then kind of be off to the races a little bit. And that'll allow us to not care about fight spells and other things they have because we'll get a bunch of triggers. So we're really hoping here. Come on, deck. Untap land. Chop, chop. Oh, did not do it. Did not do it. So what's the next best solution here? We can play this. Roiling Regrowth. Get 2 lands into play. That only generates 2 mana. Doesn't do anything for us. So we're really just playing the Cobra as a way to block. And then get 4 life. Which is fine. It keeps us from dying. Okay. We'll just pass. Because we weren't going to be able to level or do anything else. That takes 5 mana. Yep. Sounds good. I'm going to assume they're sitting on a bunch of fight spells at this point. We're going to have to really have this Scoot Swarm hit next turn, or we're just going to be dead. So we'll block. At least gives us some leeway. Okay. The extra mana we'd make doesn't really matter if we use it now or later. Alright, the opponent opted not to do anything there. Okay. Interesting choice. Oh, that would have been sweet to actually have the Mammoth there with double Roiling Regrowth. Oh, that would have been nice. Okay, well, we did get it. Now we just have 1 Regrowth, though. But now, we're all about getting these Scoot Swarm triggers. So, the cool part here is, even if they respond to try to fight the Scoot Swarm, we'll have this one already on the stack. Then we can Regrowth and get 2 more on the stack. That'd be great. Alright. We're going to pass. Since we can do this at instant speed. And we'll just let the opponent go nuts. Because what else are we going to do about it? And then we can start talking about turning a land into a big, whatever that'll be, like 7/7, 8/8. Alright, counter. Before they resolve their draw triggers, just in case they have anything they want to do. I mean, I guess, actually, this is kind of a mistake, because if they have double inscription... Oh, that's pretty bad. I guess they have 2 of them? Nope, just 1 of them. Okay. Well, that does make a difference still. Okay, no blocks. Like I said, next turn we're able to make a big creature here. A couple of creatures, actually, if need be. Uh-oh. It's 11 plus 12. Alright. Well, that'll do. Level. Turn this into a big body. I'm gonna attack with 2 of them. I mean, I guess. Gotta attack with something. And still just hope we don't die here. Oh, you were playing this deck this morning? I don't know how we're going to survive this, really. Like, we need some more help. Oh, Froghemoth's not our friend. Though we don't really have anything in the graveyard for them to eat us up. Well, that's not true. We have 2 creatures over there. Forgot about that. I mean, we're only at 9, so, I mean, we kind of have to block. Sure. They have to have at least 1 active fight spell, right? Like an inscription. Block. Block. Don't love it, but we'll block there. Take 3. Or more. Okay, nope, just the 3. Alright. So far, our big 9/9 survived, which is good. Because we can make a second 9/9 and try to stay alive here. That is also good. Okay, pile of Scoot Swarms. Activate the other one. Oh, that one. There we go. Turn this forest. Actually, just turn a mountain into a 10/10. Now we attack. Opponent has 1 blocker. 10. We've got, what's that, 18? So they have to block our 10. We can't just attack with everything, though, or else we'd die. So that's not a real answer. We'll attack with this pile of swarm tokens, though. They didn't even want to block one? Alright. Well, we're setting up for our own lethal situation. We are only at 8, though. Good news is, any real sweeper here actually still keeps us alive, which is kind of nice, because we'd have 2 10/10s. And we get to activate a layer of the behemoth, or a layer of the Hydra next turn. Alright, opponent, what you got? Another ranger class, okay. It's a battle of the classes. Class warfare, if you will. Okay, that doesn't change our situation at all. I'm thinking of a card that could be bad for us to draw here. I'm hoping we don't, though. That was not one of them. More Scoot Swarms, please. And some life, which doesn't hurt. Okay, opponent's at 14. I'm assuming they're going to block our 2 biggest things. Well, these are new, though. We can't attack with the new 8 ones we just got, so that's not beneficial. If we attack with either of these, the opponent just blocks in a way. Well, maybe it's worth it. Because they would have to do with, like, block here and here's and 9, 10, 11. So, no matter what, they'd have to give up 3 creatures. 9. No, they could block a 12. Alright. Alright, I think we're at enough life that they can't really kill us here anyway. And they don't have flyers, I don't believe, so we should be in an okay spot. Like, we can go wider than they can. In hindsight, though, I should have attacked with the 10/10 or 9/9 at the time when they just had the wolf and forced them to block that. And then it would have been at much lower life, but we'd have been able to punch through here. Yeah. I think the opponent saw the writing on the wall. Okay, normally we don't do this extensive of an update on a list, but after playing the games, we wanted to try a couple different things, so I wanted to take a look at this and see kind of what we could do. So, starting from the top, we're still playing the Druid class, the Lotus Cobras. We are adding 1 Eye of Vecna, and the reason is we do get to draw an extra card, we lose a life, and then you kind of get to decide if you want to draw the cards during your upkeep. So I want to try this out as a way to keep our hand loaded, to keep finding lands, especially late in the game or against control decks, where the life doesn't really matter as much. This is something we really want to experiment with to kind of keep our hand loaded. And it helps you kind of like outrace counters a little bit. And then we added 3 Field Trip, cut 1 Roiling Regrowth. So this actually allows us to get stuff out of our learn board, which is really nice because the lessons actually do a couple of things here for us and give us a couple other win conditions, which is kind of nice. So looking at this, and of course it puts a land into play, which creates a trigger, you know, thins the deck out, all that. Then we cut Awakening the Trolls. And then if you notice, we also took out the Roiling Eruption. And we decided to play, we're going to play 3 Meteor Storms. And this card, on the surface, looks really bad. Like, it's a pretty junky Magic card, let's be honest. But if you think about it this way, you can pay 4 and destroy oftentimes your opponent's biggest creature, right? You can pay 5 and destroy 2 things that are 4 or more, or 4 or less. Or you can pay 6 and then split it up however you want. It could be 4-2-2, you know, 5 or 4-3-1, you know, whatever you need to do to destroy your opponent's things. And this is the type of card that can buy us that extra time we want. And it can still be targeted at Planeswalkers, which is nice. It's sorcery speed, which is annoying, but I think it's totally fine, all things considered. So we still want to stick with that. I don't think we can get any more basics into the deck unless you want to cut a Meteor Storm, which is fine, and then play an additional mountain or forest. This does mean, though, you do have to pay attention to possibly try to get 3 red mana into play, just in case you draw your Meteor Storm. But I think it's worth the risk, because we have a lot of times we can just get it, and it's not that big of a deal. Now, as for the lesson board, what we want to do here is we're playing 2 mascot exhibitions because we can always cast these. Practically always, but you know what I mean. It's pretty easy for us to get there. So being able to just go, okay, cool, here's 3 more creatures. All right, cool, here's 3 more creatures. Right? Keep leaning on that pressure. And then this one's interesting, but this is the one spot where I think we could actually play this card, because maybe we keep 1 or 2, I don't know, you keep some late game Cobras in your hands that aren't necessarily going to do anything. Then you can go ahead and get this, discard those, draw a couple cards, maybe hit some lands, and still make a 3-2. So that's pretty powerful in here as well. You know, go search for a land, obviously fits our plan, and gain some life. Start from scratch, destroy an artifact or deal damage to something, or just destroy an artifact or enchantment. So overall, and then this is just more removal. So I think this overall could be very good for us. Let us do all types of things, add some more flexibility and versatility to the deck, and doesn't really slow us down anymore. I mean, we cut 1 Cobra, but otherwise our mana ramp's pretty much the same in the early part of the game, and we still have field trips and stuff we've now added. So we have more things to go get. We did take out the Verdant Mastery, but I think it's totally okay. There you go. So you can play either version of the deck. I would say if you have enough of the cards where you can play the old one, then or first one, play the first one. It's actually really fun. The second one, slightly probably more competitive if you want to play it on ladder. It accounts for a few extra things other than just going like hog wild, as they say. I think both were a lot of fun. Matter of fact, on the stream I was going to play this on, I was actually going to play 2 different decks. I ended up playing this for the whole stream. So it was super fun. The games were entertaining. Lots of fun top deck moments. It just checks a lot of the boxes for just entertainment. Now, for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about possibly the most confusing, weirdest worded card in the history of Magic. Chains of Mephistopheles. Now, the version I'm going to have over here on screen is the Masters version, which is only available online. But do yourself a favor and go look up Legends and put the card on screen. I'm not even going to put it on screen because the text is so small, you probably wouldn't be able to see it, especially if you're watching this on a phone. But read what this card... Okay, if a player draws a card, except for the first card he or she is drawn during their draw step each turn, that player discards a card instead. So on your second card or more, you discard. If the player discards a card this way, he or she draws a card. So if you discard, you're forced to draw. But if you're not able to discard a card when you would draw otherwise, then you take the top card of your library, put it in your graveyard. That was a thing. This had caused so many rules issues when it's like, oh, well, what if we have a Howling Mine? What if your opponent's already making you discard? What if there's this thing that does something on my turn? And what actually, like, so many problems back in the day. And the funny thing is, this card's actually insanely expensive. It's like a $2,000 card or something. But yeah, just a weird ass card from back in the day with the worst wording possible. I don't even know, like, we'd never make a card like this today, and if we did, it'd be worded so much simpler to not be busted. But yeah, just figured this is a card people probably never seen that would be funny to spotlight, and it is actually also a valuable card, so there's that. But anyway, if you want today's deck list, I'm only going to put the latest one in the list. If you want the first one, just copy it from the beginning of the video. You know, it's going to be down in the description below. And also, if you want to come be part of these wacky streams, or even come suggest decks we should be playing or not, why don't you come by? You can check me out on Facebook Gaming or on Twitch. Links are in the description. Or you can just come by our Discord. Get deck help, talk about stuff, suggest ideas. All of that is open and welcome with over 500 members of the Brood hanging out. So you should come be one of us. It's a lot of fun. Links are down there as well. And as always, if you're shopping at Amazon or TCGPlayer for anything, mind you, use one of the links I have down there. If you use that URL whenever you're shopping, just click on it, do whatever you're going to do. The channel gets a small kickback and you'll be helping me out. And finally, if you haven't, you know I got to ask. Please remember to like, subscribe, notify. That helps me out, lets the channel get some more views, and allows me to do more stuff. And thanks for that. But that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.